What's up, everybody? I am Derek. I play Derek Knight, and it's never cloudy in Colorado. So let's jump into my first audio commentary. Hope it's a good one. I don't wanna go too much into the background of how this episode was made in terms of like why we came up with the idea and everything that went into it before we started filming, because that's just a video for another day. So we'll do that in a featurette. I don't really have enough time to get into it in this video. Um, I guess I could point out immediately here, this is our third time filming this intro sequence. The first time we filmed it, I was a freshman in high school. Now I'm a senior currently, so that gives you some perspective on how long we've been working on this. I'm about to graduate, so like 4 years, yeah, almost 4 years. We've been worked on this first episode. Actually, we only worked on it for like 3, but it's been like 4 years since we started it. So we start the episode here. Pay attention to my hair. It's pretty long, but it'll get longer. Actually, I think it gets shorter and then it gets longer. But we filmed this first scene so much to where anytime I watch Sweet D's dating a retarded person in the Always Sunny episode that we're watching on TV in the episode, anytime it hits this portion of the episode, I immediately have PTSD to the first million times we filmed this sequence. The first time we filmed it, everyone was unhappy with it. The second time we filmed it, Kyle was unhappy with it. Both times he made me edit a full version of the opening sequence. And then we finally filmed it a third time, and we were happy with it. So this is the only intro with the wrong font. This doesn't have the Always Sunny font. This was going to be my off-brand font, but we went with the actual Sunny font a little later on. This is all stock footage intro from YouTube, so you got that guy jaywalking in every episode, and it's just stock footage. Which brings us to the ping pong montage, which is actually the oldest thing in the episode. This was initially filmed like 2 years ago, but some fun things to point out. I horribly edited this scene, and I don't know why. It's got way too quick of cuts in here, and some of them are intentionally abrupt, like when Cam's screaming, but some of them are just, oh, what? There you go. Hold on. First of all, there you go. The missed high five. That's something that Dalton and I genuinely missed, the high five, but that became a reoccurring thing. And that right there, where I'm screaming without the audio, it's because I'm screaming about how I did in fact cheat to get that point, but in editing, it won't look like I cheated. So there you go. Now you know. Now you know that Derek's a cheater and he's also self-aware. But I tried to track the ball a lot more than I should have, and so it winds up being way too choppy. Also, you can look in the bottom here and you can see a whole bunch of Godzilla figures on the floor. That's because I was filming my 5K special when we filmed this sequence, and I had like 2K at the time. To give you some perspective, if you don't know, I'm now sitting at like 47K, so that's a big difference from like 2,000 subs to 47,000 subs. That should give you a little bit of context on when this was filmed. There you go, Cam's gone. He got snapped away by Thanos. So this will conclude the overly long ping pong montage, which we did to fill out the time that it took to film, and also just because it was funny. Or I mean, fill out the episode. There you go. Also, we got some random SHMA boxes that show up behind Cam in this scene when they weren't there before, so Derek must have been busy between rounds on the game. Or maybe Cam did it, who knows. Cam also must have cleaned up the Godzilla toys behind Derek. Also, this scene we filmed like 3 times, but we filmed it like 100 times, 3 separate days. That's what I should say. We filmed the scene 3 times, but we filmed each take like so many times. I could never get my lines right. I just couldn't. I think it was me who messed this scene up a lot for the most part. Like the "you're off your game tonight." In the final episode, it comes out as super robotic because I have said it so many times. Also, pay attention to Dalton here. You can see he's got the mic in his pocket wrapped around his shoulder. And you can also see we have the camera that we used to film one of the angles taped to a pole in this angle right here. Taped to the pole on the left side of the screen. You can see the camera that we filmed this angle with. And in the first scene, actually, I forgot to point it out, but there's this weird thing that happened where Richard's face like reflects on the right side of the screen anytime you're watching from the TV's perspective, anytime it cuts to that angle of me and Kyle sitting on the couch, you can see Kyle's face reflected onto the right side of the screen for some odd reason, like in the very side of it.
Man's best friend.
Richard's also got the mic, or I mean Kyle, you know, same thing, has the mic taped to his back right there, so you can see that little white thing on his back is the mic.
You get riled very easily.
And then we have the Iron Man mask here, which was supposed to be an ongoing gag where in every episode Cam was going to wear a new mask. So Iron Man was supposed to be episode 2's mask, but we ended up cutting that ongoing gag. We didn't really think it was funny enough to continue.
And we'll go a C cup.
And then you have the pole here, which Dalton was originally supposed to clip his finger in. And it was hilarious when he did it, but sadly we didn't get a take of him doing it that we use in the episode, which is disappointing.
Is this John Dick of Dicks and Chips?
But there's been a big time jump in real life between when that last scene was and when this scene is. Not in the episode, it's only been like a day, but my hair is incredibly long right here. Like, that's super noticeable. And I've got the glasses on with the pop-up dinosaur book. I think that's probably the most noticeable difference. My hair will wind up much shorter in the next time you see me.
That's still porn?
The next scene, anyways, that I'm in.
Oh, jeez. I think it's still porn, but this is...
You have the epic Riddler mask making its first appearance here. Actually, its only appearance, other than when it shows up later in the episode.
This is not good for your health.
Some random thing Dalton decided to put on that we thought was hilarious, so we put it in the episode.
Alright, well, thanks
I could
anyways.
not film that scene while looking at him without laughing.
Well, apparently his escorts weren't for...
But we do set a lot up in this first episode.
No, not that.
I'm trying to think of if anything has happened in the first scene that'll come back, but I know that a lot of this stuff does wind up coming back in later episodes. Specifically once we get into the peanut butter trainee stuff, that all shows back up a lot.
What? Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, not a lot, but like it'll all show up later.
Alright, I think it's time for a new approach.
I don't know why I didn't say cut here and tell Dalton to not cover his face with his leg, but it's kind of an awkward shot, so it's still pretty funny. Also, excuse my really rickety camera movements. I'm not a professional.
Peanut butter trainee 69?
Certainly wasn't when we filmed this first.
I was calling about your Craigslist ad about the
This for the first time.
Yeah, today at noon. No, yeah, that's perfect.
Here we go. You got the epic reveal that it's a pop-up book. Whilst he's on the phone.
Guys, I am going.
I don't think that phone's actually a real phone. It might be a real phone, but I can't tell.
Did they say tranny?
No, it was
Right here, the peanut butter trainee stuff will wind up coming back in later episodes. The Riddler mask making a grand appearance again. And then my dialogue right here will become important all the way down the line in season 2. You have to wait till season 2 to find out what I'm talking about right here. But we do hint to it a little bit more in the season, this season.
I don't want you to come
So,
with me.
I'll find out a little bit more about that this season.
Because it was one rat a while ago, okay? But there is
Also, I did have this weird idea where I wanted an actual giant rat in the wall, not like a real life one, but I wanted in the show for there to be a giant rat in the wall that would terrorize Cam, but we decided not to do that because it'd be kind of hard to pull off.
About this rat, though?
So we left it with this. Then we have the outdoor shots, which I'm never a fan of, even though we do it a lot in these next couple episodes. I don't like it because I don't like the audio. We have a not a great mic to record outdoors with, so I'm not big on it. But I like this location. We actually go back here a lot because it's pretty generic, you know, so we can get away with using it as just some random place in Colorado, you know. And we got Chris with the glowing shirt, which is always nice.
Can we just get this done?
So I think this scene coming up, or this shot right here, right there, the audio doesn't match up to the visuals, so I think Richard's talking, but his mouth isn't moving because I wanted the weird movements Chris does when he grabs that paper. So I used the audio from a different take so I could get the visuals the same. And then you have a random foghorn went off in the background right there, which we should have done something about. But it was raining, so we wanted to get this done as quick as possible. It wasn't supposed to rain, but it started raining, and everything got messed up. Also, this is the second time we filmed this scene. We filmed it once before, really late at night, and it was dark outside, and it was spooky, but we didn't go with it because it was really bad. You can see that Derek's been busy. He got a haircut from the last time we saw him. Actually, a lot of time has passed from that last shot outdoors even. But yeah, Derek got a haircut, and he also was pretty busy because he destroyed the ping pong table and turned it into a stop motion BTS set. And that weird line where Richard doesn't know where I am, that came because it was in the script that I was filming a video in the background of this video, or of this scene. I was supposed to be filming a video, but we wound up doing the thing where I film a video in the background at the end of the episode, so we just left that line in the script because we thought it was funny if Richard didn't see me on the couch because he was too busy worrying about himself.
She's not going anywhere. Well, I guess you can sleep on the floor then.
This is my favorite sequence. I don't know why we have a big blue light on in the show, but it's the mic where Cam's sleep creeping on Derek so that he can go put a little thing under the thing. We also have that weird POV shot where I had to ADR the dialogue in because otherwise you could hear the clicking of the lens cap on the camera.
Oh, what the hell is going on?
Dalton plays that character so well. I love the way he plays Cam.
You've been completely ignoring me. What's going on? Come on.
She showed up like last night.
He's like my favorite part of the
Yeah,
show.
ever
So
since then, I've been neglected completely.
Do you want to come or not?
now we're gonna start our montage where this is not supposed to be sequential. Obviously, it doesn't take place in the right order, but just a random montage. I think like a day is supposed to pass between all this stuff. It's like they say they're going to Wendy's, and Wendy's is the last thing we see. She enjoyed that slap. It's another weird scene. At the nice zoom in on Cam in the background, Dalton. We did this gag, I guess you could call it, because Kyle accidentally actually pushed himself into the ditch, so we had to put it in the episode somehow. We didn't ever get it on camera, though, of him pushing himself in the ditch, but it was hilarious, trust me. So I am filming a mystery video in the background that will be revealed a little bit more in a future episode. The take of the video that's actually up on YouTube, you can try and find it, is not the version of the take that winds up in this episode, because in the one that's on YouTube on the unrelated channel, you can hear that Cam does in fact hit the can off the ledge. Also, this is the third time we filmed this sequence too. We filmed it once initially, and it was really bad, where I looked like a homeless person, and that was about 2 years ago. We filmed it once again like a year and a half ago, but the way Kyle angled all the shots, I was cut out of every single angle, so we had to refilm it like a year, or like half a year later, so a year ago. Actually, it was a lot more time has passed than I realized, because I just realized a year ago I actually uploaded this episode on YouTube. So that was like a year and a half ago. And push everything I just said back by like half a year, and then it's accurate, I think. Either way, we filmed this one. This was one of the last things we ever filmed for the episode. This was filmed on the same day that we filmed the montage with D. Got a random Ultimatrix on too, which is nice. And my hands do a lot of fancy work here, where in one angle one hand will be raised, but then you'll cut to another angle and a different hand will be raised. And Derek's been collecting SHMA figures in the background the whole time, I guess.
Well, I think this is a blessing in disguise, boys. We don't need any girls here. I like us boys. Just us boys is great. Right,
The epic ending line. So we did that weird cut right there because I was trying to copy the format of the first episode of Always Sunny 100%, so that's how they ended their first episode, was with a little thing like that, so I did it with ours too. The end credits last for equal length to theirs, the opening credits last for equal length of theirs. The end credits themselves are all actually their end credits with just joke names or our names I put in there. And then the copyright disclaimer is a parody of theirs. And I typed all that out. And then we, of course, have to end with this, which is going to be our season cliffer, or season ender. So every episode will end with that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, or whatever. I don't know. It's my first time. Give me a break. I'm not a professional. See you guys in the next one. D-Man out, I guess.